Okay, I'm going to speak straight from the heart here. Once Air Canada leaves you 3 hours late, you don't have a prepared speech, so you just got to say what you think. So, for better or for worse, this is always when a politician gets himself in trouble, but we'll see what happens tonight. You know, I think it was about 3 weeks ago, I got a call from the Saskatoon Public Library. We didn't even get a call. We got an email that said, "We're kicking you out." I'd booked a room to talk about such controversial items as lower taxes, firearms rights, and then the big one, abortion, pro-life stuff. And for some reason in Canada, that was too controversial to talk about. A few weeks ago, former NDP candidate got her opinion editorial published in the Globe and Mail. And you know, with what they usually do, they called me a racist. Now, my Asian-born wife did not take kindly to that. If you know who Genghis Khan is, and I tell you my wife's Mongolian, you'll understand her reaction. But this is the thing. This is Canada. Now, they didn't publish her response. But in Canada, we should have freedom of speech. I've been an elected official for slightly over a decade. People get to call me bigot, they get to insult me, they get to mock me, I've been shouted down, I've been protested, I've had everything. And this is the thing. I am voting against this motion, not because I'm against anyone, but because Canadians need to have the right to disagree. Because we in Canada shouldn't have the thought police. Sometimes it feels that way. You ask for your side of the opinion to be shared. And you know what? If you're a private group and you don't want me there, go ahead. But in the public forum, we should have a right to say what we want. We don't go around causing trouble for the sake of trouble. We have debates. We go out. We say what it is. And the problem with this motion is it's trying to shut down a very necessary discussion we have in Canada. Chris did a great job of summing up the security threats, the problems in the country. And that is one of the issues we need to talk about and we need to discuss. We need to discuss the serious security threats tied in with extreme Islamism, with jihadism. And we need to have the freedom of speech to do it. We need to do it to protect all minorities in this country. We have this thing in Canada where people are still discriminated against, but not by most Canadians. Most every last one of us is out there fighting for other people's freedom of speech. So we should not let the thought police in Ottawa pass motions to try to dictate what we can and cannot say. Let's be blunt. This was thought up by the Justin Trudeau Liberals, and it wasn't because they believed in freedom of religion. The previous government had an Office for Freedom of Religion where they spent money to actually protect people's rights. Christians' rights, Muslims' rights, minority rights around the world. If this was the actual issue, what they were fighting for, they would have not shut down the Office for the Ambassador of Religious Freedoms. I come from Saskatoon. We are a very open society, great place. And one of our city councillors got hauled off to the Human Rights Commission for just saying grace. He got asked to say grace, of all things, just to say a little bit of a prayer. And this is the problem in Canada. It's not what people are saying, it's what the thought police are stopping them from doing things that ordinary people have done in Canada for many years. So decades, 150 years of Canada freedom, and we're not going to give it away. So it doesn't matter who says it, how they say it. You're going to get names called at you if you stand up for freedom, if you stand up for other people. They're going to call you bigots. They're going to call you names. They're going to call you racist. They're going to call you something phobic. But if you are to be leaders, if you are to stand for the values that Canada has had for 150 years, you need to stand with dignity. You need to stand with firmness. And you need to say very clearly, I will not let the thought police control what I say. So thank you to each and every one of you. But your work's not done. You need to go out there and tell your friends about this. You need to go out there and you actually need to get involved. You need to vote. There's a bunch of good candidates, not just me, but other ones here tonight. You need to get involved and make sure your vote counts, not just in the general election, but in leadership races, in nomination races. Because every time we vote, we stand up for freedom. And this is the thing. We protest, we talk, we vote. That's how we disagree in Canada. We don't have motions in the House of Commons to try to shut down free speech. So thank you, and God bless each and every one of you. Have a great night.